Yes, hello everybody. Let's move to our next part of the book. And if you could guess which is this part? Geography. Very well. So let's start with the comic script. What are these aliens actually trying to do today? If you could look at this box, the aliens have grown up. So they are asking us to consider कि हमें consider करना है aliens have grown up. They have a few gadgets that help them to explore things. अब उनके पास कुछ gadgets हैं जो things को explore करने के लिए help करते हैं. और कौन सी things आपने अगर notice किया हो, if you have noticed, aliens are really interested in exploring Earth. उनको हमारी Earth बहुत अच्छी लगती है. They really want to know more about Earth. So again here, they were aware about the major aspects of Earth. But there are some processes and elements which they do not entirely understand. उनको सारा समझ में नहीं आया कि कैसे चलता है अर्थ, how there are so many species on the earth, how the earth actually goes on, who is dependent upon whom, कौन किसके ऊपर dependent है. The summer vacations are about to begin on Espera and they want to make their summer camps on earth. See, I told you they are really interested on earth. Therefore, they come down to earth again to explore a little more. So what is that which they are exploring today? They are near one lake, or you can say sea, and is this the place? Seems like. It seems every element on earth is linked to another. Now they are trying to link that are these mountains linked to these flora and fauna and all the stuff. So they are interlinked with each other. That's what they found. Living things such as plants are linked to non-living things such as carbon dioxide, mineral and water. So they think there is some connection. If there will be no minerals and water on earth, then how will these living things survive? So they are having that question in the mind. And that is true. ऐसा ही है. I think the sun starts this system and other non-living elements contribute to it. लिविंग थिंग्स को सपोर्ट कौन करता है? नॉन लिविंग थिंग. दैट्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग. बट कौन सी नॉन लिविंग थिंग सपोर्ट करती है? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द टेबल. ये लिविंग थिंग हमें सपोर्ट, नॉन लिविंग थिंग सपोर्ट करती है? नो, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द नेचुरल थिंग्स, naturally non-living and living things. Now you will be having a thing that non-living, to usually students think that non-living are the one which is made by the man. No, there are some non-living elements also in the nature. Let's consider other living and non-living elements here. Now they're also raising the question, if all the living and non-living things are connected to each other, then these creatures must be dependent upon each other. That means these creatures must be dependent upon each other. So that's what it is. So detective mystery to solve is, how are they dependent to each other? Who is dependent upon whom? And hypomania says that elements of nature, either they are living or they are non-living, they are dependent upon each other. So let's move on page number 218. Everybody, you can have your page number 218, where it is written something clearly about two main elements. And what are those? We are having this chapter as our environment, and those elements which I am talking about, two main are biotic and you are simply going to put a over here, a biotic. So what does this actually means? So this is what there on your page number 218. Where do all these elements interact? कहाँ interact करते हैं? These elements interact in the environment. ये दो एलिमेंट्स है वो कहाँ पे एक दूसरे से इंट्रैक्ट करते हैं? दे आर इंट्रैक्टिंग इन आर इन्वायरमेंट. सो व्हाट्स इन्वायरमेंट बेसिकली? इन्वायरमेंट क्या होता है? दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन. सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट फ्यू टर्म्स. सो दे आर सेइंग these elements interact environment. The environment includes everything around us. Everything around us. If you go into a park and look around, if you go outside and look around, this is all our environment. Fine. It includes all living organisms around us, such as trees, microbes, insects, birds, people, etc. These living organisms are known as biotic elements of the environment. That means, hence we say that the biotic elements are the living ones. Living organisms. That's what you can say? Yes. Then what about the abiotic? Besides these, the environment also includes non-living things. There are some non-living things as well, such as soil, rocks, air, water, light, weather, precipitation. What is precipitation actually? Something which falls on the ground in the form of rain, snow, hail. Hailstorm आपने देखा होगा, अभी तो बहुत आने लगे हैं मानसा में. Then is living things. These non-livings are abiotic elements of the environment, and together biotic and abiotic components make our fundamental life support system called environment. So these are interacting in the environment, and they are also supporting the environment. So these abiotic becomes the non-living things. One thing here I want to make very clear, and that is about what kind of non-living thing I am talking. I am not talking about table or the chair or something like that. No, I am not talking about that. These two elements are the elements of nature, or you can say natural elements, natural ones. This is something which I am explaining you. So these are the two natural environments, those who interact with each other, and then our environment is basically supported. So let's see how do they interact with each other. So on our next page, we are having interaction between biotic and abiotic elements. So there are few points, if you could see on page number 219, there are few basic points, or you can say examples, which clearly shows कि हमारे abiotic and biotic have great interaction with each other. So let's see this paragraph. All around us we can see biotic and abiotic are constantly interacting with each other. उनको किसी न किसी तरीके से उनका आपस में interaction है, कोई link है. You may wonder as how non-living things interact with living things environment. अभी थोड़ा wonder होता है कैसे interact करता होगा. How all these things are interacting with each other. Before we read this paragraph, I'll just give you one example. So what is earthworm basically? Earthworm क्या है? What is earthworm? Yes, earthworm is a living thing, living organism you can say, and it interacts with soil. With what it interacts with? It interacts with soil. Soil is now a non-living thing. So this basically becomes the biotic one, and it becomes a biotic one. So they both are interacting. How are they interacting? As you know that earthworm basically makes the soil fertile by making constant movement. तो earthworm और soil के अंदर constant movement करता है, बहुत movements करता है, up and down कर देता है soil को. So it increases the fertility of the soil. So it is affecting the soil, the non-living one. That's the example. ऐसे ही करके बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपस में interact कर रही हैं. So let's have this paragraph. Weather, which includes temperature, rainfall, humidity, is an abiotic element. All these things, season change होते हैं, ये सारे changes, ये temperature, rainfall, humidity, ये सारा abiotic element में आता है. ये होता तो nature की वजह से है ना, हम तो नहीं change कर सकते temperature. Can you change the temperature? Can you make it? ठीक है, आज मानसा में rainfall होगा? No, you cannot do that. This is all something which is natural. It helps biotic elements such as plants to grow. ये सारे किसको help करते हैं? Plants to grow. प्लांट्स को ग्रो करेंगे, टेम्परेचर प्रॉपर होगा, प्लांट्स ग्रो करेंगे. डिफरेंट प्लांट्स ग्रो इन डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर एंड रेनफॉल एंड ह्यूमिडिटी कंडीशंस. Plants make their food by using sunlight from the sun. Now sun is also a biotic thing, but still plants have to use it. Plants are the living things. Moisture from the air and minerals from the soil. So again it's interacting. In the turn, transpiration through plants impact the weather condition. प्लांट्स के थ्रू जो ट्रांसपिरेशन है वो वेदर कंडीशंस को इफेक्ट करती है. हाउ इट इज़ डूइंग दैट? सो इट्स डूइंग इट इन द वे कैसे होता है ट्रांसपिरेशन? इफ यू कुड सी एट द लास्ट, process through which water passes from the surface of the plant and leaf into the atmosphere. So this is also a process in which the water passes through from land to plant, then to atmosphere, then it causes rain. So moving little further, we are going to read not only these elements interact, they also modify each other. There is a modification also. Modification भी होती है. अभी plant is like really small. Plant बहुत छोटा है. वो सारी चीज़ों को यूज़ करके और बायोटिक एलिमेंट्स को यूज़ करके थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाएगा. उसमें पहले फ्रूट्स नहीं लगते थे. अब it is good enough to have the fruits as well. So that's how they change. Harsh weather conditions sometimes hamper the growth of plants. And there are treeless areas also. अगर abiotic elements proper नहीं है, so it will not allow the biotic elements to grow. ऐसा ही है, biotic elements को वो grow नहीं होने देगा. So moving further, earthworm का I have already given you example that ये वाले nutrients जो earthworm fertile करता है soil को, वो roots के through plants के पास चले जाते हैं. So this is how they are interacting. So if in short we see, we have earthworm, it affects the soil, then the soil further affects the plants. So again it is a kind of interconnection of the things. So let's see our next example. They have given seasons are responsible for number of changes in the environment. अभी seasons mainly ये सारा किसको support करता है? Environment को. तो season किसको affect कर रहे हैं हमारे? Environment को. Seasons are affecting our environment. And how they are doing so? So let's see, for example, different process in trees such as flowering, bearing of fruits or shedding of leaves are all brought through the change in the seasons. तो हर सीज़न का एक डिफाइंड काम है कि इस सीज़न में इसमें फ्लावर होगा या ये फ्रूट बेयर करेगा, फिर फ्रूट्स आएंगे, देन शेडिंग होगी लीव्स की, एज वी नो ऑटम एंड ऑल सीजन, स्प्रिंग, ऑटम, विंटर, समर. सो ये सारे सीजन्स कुछ ना कुछ ट्रीज़ के लिए स्पेशल चेंजेस लेके आते हैं. The effects of the change in the seasons can also be seen in the matting, nesting, hibernation, migration pattern in the birds and animals. तो birds और animals एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते हैं. Migration means going from one place to another place due to the change in season. Matting, the productiveness, the reproductive system in which two animals meet each other, and that thing also happens, depends upon the season. Then nesting, hibernation में winters में जाते हैं animals in the hibernation, dormant stage में चले जाते हैं, थोड़ा time के लिए सो जाते हैं, so because it's too cold outside. So all these things affect a lot. The direction of global winds help pollens and spores. Now this is very important. कई बार हमें लगता है कि यहाँ पे तो मैंने ये seed डाला ही नहीं था. That how did this plant actually came? So I'm just going to explain you about the pollens. As I said कि we think कि यहाँ पे हमने कोई seed या कुछ भी नहीं डाला था ऐसा कि यहाँ पे ये वाला flower या plant हो जाए. Sometime what happen, the air carries them. Air carry कर लेती है. कोई भी say take any plant. Plant A is here in your garden, somewhere here. See, plant A is here in your garden. Your garden is really big. And someday there was lot of wind, बहुत सारी wind आया, and what happened, ये वाले plant में से कुछ seeds it were carried away by the wind and actually it is left here. तो यहाँ पे भी एक छोटा सा यही वाला plant जो है A1 होने लगा. So you must be thinking मेरे right side पे ये प्लांट था, मैंने कोई भी चांसेस नहीं लिए, मैंने तो कुछ भी नहीं करा, आई डिड नथिंग, एंड इट्स ऑल्सो ग्रोइंग ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ माई गार्डन. सो हाउ दिस हैपेंड? दिस हैपेंड ड्यू टू दिस पर्टिकुलर अबायोटिक एलिमेंट विच वॉज विंड, जिसकी वजह से उसके कुछ मे बी पोलन्स और समथिंग दैट वॉज टेकन अवे to the other side, and here also that particular plant, small plant, started growing. So moving further, we have pollens and spores to travel large distances across the globe. तो ये बहुत सारे distances across the globe भी travel कर लेते हैं, and species from one places reaches to the another different population और जगह पे पहुंच जाते हैं. Growing of crops also depends upon the climate and rainfall patterns as well as the soil and the intervention by the humans. हमारे जो ग्रोइंग ऑफ क्रॉप्स होती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा डिपेंड करती है रेनफॉल पैटर्न कितना अच्छा है उस जगह का, क्लाइमेट कैसा है. जैसे आपको पता है राइस एंड वीट आर स्पेसिफिकली सोन इन द पर्टिकुलर क्लाइमेट्स. रेनफॉल पैटर्न से जहाँ पे रेनफॉल पैटर्न अच्छा है वहीं पे राइस में भी हो सकता है बिकॉज इट नीड्स लॉट ऑफ वाटर. सो और ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द थिंग. नाउ दिस इज ऑल्सो हैपनिंग. In detail, you will be studying this in sciences, but here I would like to tell you, pollens and spores, what are they? This is nothing but a fine powdery substance. एक powdery substance होता है, which is found in the male reproductive part of the flower. So if it is taken away, that's what I gave you the example. If it is taken away, that means again there can be something through which a plant will grow. Then are the spores. This is typically a very minute one-celled, you can say single-celled, typically this is one-celled, it can be more, a type of a reproductive unit. It is also a kind of reproductive unit. यहाँ से जहाँ से एक नया plant ready किया जा सकता है. It does not need any female or male part for the further reproduction. It in itself is good enough a reproductive unit from which the reproduction of the next thing can be done. So if they are carried away, that means simply the basically the main part of the flower of the plant is taken away and the plant can grow at the new place. So that's how we finish our practice zone 1, and further we are having two components of the environment. That is what we will be studying in our next video.